Okay, hello everyone. I'm Randy on the south side of Chicago. But before we begin, it's been a long day, right? Long day. So everybody stand up and leave. And get out. We don't need you here. Okay, just stand up. And just what I just want you to do is just shake a little. Gotta feel good. All right, now, sit down. So, I'm going to start off with a couple of stories, and then I'm going to give you some tools, and then I'm going to give you some takeaways. That's the plan. Let me start off with a couple of stories. When I was 6 years old, my little brother Ronald was born, and suddenly Randy wasn't the center of attention. Ronald was. So I was like, what about me? What about me? Maybe some of you know this, okay? My mom didn't like the what about me's. So she had a brass candlestick holder or a telephone, and she would hit me with it. No, true story. These are all true stories. But I'm good. Self-compassion. I'll get there. So little Randy was in school, and I don't know, in the 60s and 70s, teachers could hit kids. This was normal. And I went to a Catholic school, and they had something called the Board of Education. If you were late, you'd put your hands out, and they would hit you with this board. That was in kindergarten. I was 6, 7. As I got older, I got hit by more teachers, and I really started to think I wasn't enough. And this is what teachers can do to you. This is what parents can do to you, that you don't think you're enough. Okay? How many people in here maybe have thoughts of not being enough? Sometimes. Okay, I'm going to explain where they come from and how you can get rid of them, because you are enough. Okay? So when I was 14, I got older, and I wasn't really good in school. So I even wasn't enough in school, because I wasn't good in school, grade-wise. And my brother, it was 1976. I was 14. You do the math, how old I am. And he came home from college. And in those years in America, it was the hippie years. It was like the drug and all that stuff. And my brother Bob said, Rand, come in the basement. I want to show you what I found in college, what I'm doing. So I went in the basement. He said, pull up your sleeve. It's going to be great. Pulled out a needle. Put some powder and a spoon, put a little liquid in there, sucked it up, said, this is going to be great. And he shot a needle in his arm at 14. Yeah. It was cocaine. Got it in school. Cocaine, you got it at college. All summer long while he was on his summer break, I was getting high in the basement. So when I was 16 years old, so he went back to college, and time went on, and then I was 16 years old, and my cousin Michael, he was a Vietnam vet. And a lot of people know this, but the vets were given drugs to kind of fight, or the Vietnam people. And he came back a heroin addict. And he said, Rand, this is going to be great. Let me show you what I got, what I learned. And I did heroin in this arm when I was 16. Cocaine, heroin. All right? Because I wasn't enough. I needed to numb me because I wasn't enough in there, okay? Then as I got older, I started therapy. 18 years old, I went to college, therapy in school. I had off and on 25 years of therapy to be enough. I mean, I always say, if in America, if you don't have a therapist, you're crazy. You know what I mean? Because literally almost everybody has therapists. Now in Germany, it's gotten very popular. There's some waiting lists for therapies now, okay? But it all really was, the point was I wasn't enough, and I needed to numb myself. And very often that's the case, okay? We need to kind of like not be there because we don't feel good about ourselves, okay? So we're going to talk about self-compassion today and how I got there, how I love me now. I am good enough. And in fact, when somebody asks me, Rand, how you doing? I always say, I love me. And they go, that's a little weird. And I go, no, it's not too weird. I love me. And then I go, do you love you? And they go, well, I can't say that. That's like arrogant. I can't say that. I go, no, it's not arrogant. It's nothing to do with, do you love you? And it's very difficult for people to say that. Yeah, because these downloads we got as children are so subconscious in there that they come in front of our conscious nature, okay? So where does it all start? Here. Okay? Here. And we've got these downloads from childhood, from our teachers, our parents, the culture, media. We got them. Every culture has different downloads too, because the kids are raised differently. And I'd like to first, all the women in this room, I want to say I'm sorry. What society and cultures have done to you for thousands of years, told you weren't enough. You weren't pretty enough. You weren't smart enough. You weren't enough. These are these stories in the back of your mind that always pop in there. Okay? I want you to recognize all this stuff. Something happens out there. Oh, no. I want you to talk to that inner voice, because it's an inner voice, right? It's just an inner voice, and you can talk to it. I have it too sometimes. And here's what I do. Mindfulness. I always go, no, thank you. I'm enough. No, go on, have a coffee. I'm down here. I'm good. I love me. Okay? It's a conscious story to talk to the subconscious mind. Does that sound fair? Do everybody understand that? Okay? Because those thoughts are constantly all over the place in your mind. And I'm going to talk a little later about the 4 areas of thoughts. There's only 4 areas of thoughts that everyone has. And very often when those areas come into our mind, we start to think we're not enough. Okay? So when you start going in there that I'm not enough, and it has to do with self-compassion normally. If I'm not enough, it means I don't love me. Right? All right, let's do a little exercise. Close your eyes. And take out your wallets. Only this side, take out your wallets. Okay? Now I want you to think about a situation in your life right now, whether it's, and I'll give you the 4 areas: family, so like you got to eat better, you got to exercise more, friendships, or your academic world or working world, because those are your only 4 areas that really are like mental mind games that are constantly all over the place in your mind. But I want you to think of one of those 4 areas: family, me, friendships, or if you're academic, if you're doing your studies and engineers and all that stuff here, that a thought that keeps coming in where you totally react in a negative way, or you feel negative about it. You feel like, oh, I'll never do that. Oh, that's not going to work. Oh, I shouldn't have done it. Oh. Okay, when you have one of those thoughts in one of those 4 areas, I want you to raise your hand. Okay, that's the majority of people in this room. Okay, open your eyes. Now what I want you to do with that is I want you to think about, where did that come from? Who said this? My 2nd grade math teacher, Sister Valeria. I showed my math homework. I was so proud of my math homework. Look at it. She grabbed it. She said, Randy, you did this? I was like, yeah. And here comes the download. You'll never learn math. Almost my entire life, I was in debt. Not because I didn't have any money. Because whenever I got a bill, I put it on the side. I subconsciously put it on the side. Right? Because you'll never learn math, you'll never learn math, you'll never learn math. Till I came to Germany and had to pay taxes. And then I learned math. Thank you, Germany. Thank you. Okay? So these subconscious downloads, I would really like you to take a look at, figure out where they came from, and talk to them and go, wait a minute, they were in another film. My mother, she hit me. But you know what? Her mafia father hit her at the kitchen table in front of her 4 children. She didn't really know any, she didn't She just did what she did, okay? And I have empathy for my mother for this. And we're going to talk about empathy in a minute, okay? So the first thing, mindfulness, something happens out there, family, friends, you, work world, academic, and the minute you kind of go, go, wait a minute. No, I could do it. No, okay. Thank you for sharing. Not you, but the guy next to you. It's you. One finger in this direction, 3 in my direction. Has to do with me, not you. It's my story. Blame is easy. Jealousy, envy. He's got a bigger car than I do. What, you're not good enough? Okay? Once you have self-compassion, you don't compare. You don't have envy. You actually are proud of people having a nicer car than you do. It's a little different. Wow, nice car, where'd you get it? Not nice car, where'd you get it? Okay? Self-compassion. So once you have self-compassion, then the next step starts. You can give it away. And that's called empathy. Now, empathy is something very simple. If he came up to me and starts to tell me about a situation, a not so good situation, I look at him and go, wow, I'm really sorry about that. I feel for him. That's empathy, is to really feel where people are coming from. Let them talk. Don't go, yeah, I felt the same way yesterday, and me. No, be there. Empathy is here. Okay? Empathy is here. And if you can't have true empathy for people, something's in the self-compassion area, not, and then something in the mindful story is going on. Okay? It all works like that. You go right back to where did that come from? Okay? So once you have empathy, he comes to me, I go, I don't know exactly how you feel. Then I give him compassion. And compassion, the difference between empathy and compassion is the giving part. He comes to me and says, yeah, I didn't sleep last night. The baby was up all night. I go, look, come on, let me get you a coffee. Right? Compassion is the giving part of empathy. It's very simple. Okay? So it's nice to go, yeah, I know exactly how you feel. And if you're a manager out there, very important. Okay, I've worked in German companies, actually European companies, for 24 years I've been in Germany. And I teach management these things. If somebody comes up to you and says, didn't sleep last night, the baby had a new baby, and I'm sorry I'm late, and the manager says, yeah, well, next time, don't be late. No. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I had a baby too. Listen, why don't you take the afternoon off? That's a manager. Because that's the compassion part of empathy. Okay? Okay, so this is the whole process of self-compassion. Starts with mindfulness, goes through the story, and then you end up with compassion for your neighbor. Okay. Now, I always do my bubbles. My bubbles. These are my bubbles. So everybody in the room here has these 4 areas of thoughts all over the place. Now, what I often do is I use this as a meditation. Okay? And my meditation is I literally kind of sort out my thoughts. I kind of sort out my thoughts. And I put them in these 4 bubbles. Because this is your life. This is everything. All right? You've got family. My mother's up there. My 3 brothers are in there. My daughter, Katya, is there. There they are. I see them in the kitchen at the table. Hi, family. Stay there. I'll be with you in a minute. And there's Rand, me. I'm sitting playing a guitar. Just sitting up there in a chair playing guitar. Hi, Rand. And then my friends. So I got a few people in those. Families also. Katya, my partner, is also in that bubble. I got basketball buddies in the bubble. Okay? And I just take them out of my head. And then I go to my work bubble. Okay? And these are my clients, my bank account. And that's my life up there. And I'm down here. I'm not my thoughts. My thoughts are there. And then I do a meditation. I do a breathing exercise. Then when I calm down with my breathing exercise, I go back into each bubble one at a time. And I look at things I could change there that I'm not happy with. The psychology here is is once I'm calm, I can see solutions in each of those areas. Normally when you're stressed, you can't see solutions. But when I'm calm and they're sorted out, I focus on each of those areas individually. I don't think about my mother with dementia at this point. I'm thinking about my client that hasn't paid me in 3 months. And how do I do with that? Well, I got to send him an email. Yep. And then once I sort those things out, I do a gratitude exercise. I'm grateful for my clients, and I found my passion in Germany. And I bring in the thoughts. Bubble's gone. I go to my friends. Anything I need to clear up there? Yeah, Tommy, he hit me like this in the basketball court about 2 weeks ago, and I never told him about it. I got to talk to Tommy on Sunday. Talk to him. Great. Anything else? Nope. I love my friends. I'm so grateful I have friends. Bring them in. Bubble's gone. I go to the me bubble. Rand on the guitar. Rand, you good? You eating good? Oh, yeah, things are great. Okay. I love you, Rand. Family bubble. It's all good. Comes in, grateful for my family. Come in, bubbles are gone. I can strongly recommend that exercise. Okay? I'd like to end it now with some of the things you can do for yourself. These are all tools that you can still do for yourself, but make your bed. How many people in here make their bed? Good. If you don't make your bed, you're going to start now. Make your bed, and then thank it. Make it, thank it. When I started this, my partner was going, what are you doing? I'm going to make my bed, thanking it. She goes, okay. And we started it, because it's the first gratitude, and it's the first accomplishment of the day. Okay? Practice gratitude. Thank the people that help you out all the time. Is Frederick here? Come here. This guy right here organized this thing twice.
That's not true.
I'm watching you. 23-year-old kid up here, and he's managing this thing like I've never seen someone manage before. I am so grateful for this guy in the building. Simple as that. Practice gratitude. And then finally, hug. I used to have people hug each other. I don't do it anymore. You hug you.